How's it going, everybody? So today I got footage in Dauin, the Philippines, of a mantis shrimp. Now these mantis shrimp, they're famous for three things. They have a very unusual type of color vision. They pack the fastest punch, it seems, in the animal kingdom, and they have these extremist political views. Now, I'm sure you understand that on YouTube I cannot talk about the political views of the shrimp, so let's talk about the color vision and about the shrimp. So, in a study published in Science by Dauin and colleagues, the authors looked at the color vision at the different photoreceptors in the eyes of these mantis shrimps, and they found that they have 12 different types. So each is a pigment which is active in the eyes of these mantis shrimps, and these pigments, they generate neuronal electrical signals. The 12 of them. How many do humans have? Only 3. So we have perfectly fine color vision with only 3 different spectral sensitivities in our color receptors. Now, why do they have so many? One speculation was that the bodies of these shrimp are often very colorful. So these different spectral sensitivities might be there in order to distinguish what the exact social signals of the other mantis shrimp are. So that would mean that they would be very good in distinguishing different colors. What the authors did, however, they designed a test, a forced choice test, where the shrimp had to distinguish little circles with different colors, and they were actually not that good in distinguishing circles with very similar colors. So this is not the reason for having all these different photoreceptors in the eyes. There needs to be a different neuronal coding mechanism at play. Now, if you look at the eyes of these shrimp, they actually have a dorsal hemisphere, they have a ventral hemisphere, they have this medial stripe, and within that stripe, different regions have different color receptors. What you will also notice, if you look at this mantis shrimp here, that they constantly move their eyes. So the authors in this study speculate that instead of discriminating colors, they speculate we provide evidence that scanning eye movements may generate a temporal signal for each spectral sensitivity, enabling them to recognize colors instead of discriminating them. So that it's both these 12 different color receptors and the fast movement of these eyes, which is very complex, together they provide for a unique type of color vision in these animals. Now, let's talk about the punch. The punch of the mantis shrimp is discussed in a very interesting study published in Nature by Patek and colleagues. They argue that this is one of the fastest punches in the animal kingdoms, with speeds of up to 23 meters per second. And they argue that what they call a shuttle-shaped exoskeletal spring mechanism is in action here, and that they increase the power output through the use of this click mechanism, in which a latch prevents appendage movement until muscle contraction is maximal. So when this latch is freed, stored energy is released over a shorter time than the duration of the original muscle contraction. So essentially they use both their muscles as well as their exoskeleton, which is being used as a spring to store energy and then release it all together for a maximum movement speed. This movement speed is so fast that there is cavitation of vapor bubbles next to the prey, which can really destroy invertebrate exoskeletons, and they can feed on these invertebrates, which they punch in this way. So these are extraordinary animals, and it's always a pleasure to encounter them underwater. I hope you enjoyed the video and this explanation, and I'll see you soon.